Why is it that some people accurately read the flow of wealth and seize great opportunities, while others always fall behind? Are you currently earning wealth through deep insight, or are you simply being swept away by the currents of the market? We live in an unprecedented era of hypercapitalism, where the total global asset pool has now surpassed $500 trillion. Today, we face a structure where the top 1% of the global population holds over 45% of assets. Korea is no exception, with the top 10% holding 70% of financial assets. This is fundamentally about structural flow. This inequality is not a gap in effort. It stems from a fundamental difference in the ability to read flow. While many work hard to earn money, those who truly build wealth choose their direction before applying their effort. The primary problem is that the majority of people only recognize the flow after it has already ended and moved. They jump into opportunities that are now nothing more than the fading embers of the past, missing the peak. If we cannot read the flow, we are destined to be followers, reacting only to results rather than understanding causes. Now, let us discuss the core insight. The secret to wealth is possessing the power of structural thinking and vision. Structural thinking is the unique ability to sense the direction of change before it becomes obvious to the general public. Money does not flow toward the present state of things, it flows toward the future. That future presents signals. These signals are the advancements in technology, the direction of government policy, and fundamental shifts in how humans behave. According to global data, investment capital begins moving 5 to 10 years before a new industry is officially recognized. For example, capital began moving into the AI market in 2010, long before the general public recognized its potential. It was only after 2020 that the public recognized the change. This timing gap creates significant wealth disparity. Those who read the flow do not look at the present results. They look at the structures coming soon. Let us look at history. Phoenician merchants accumulated vast wealth because they were not selling goods, they found roads. They were the first to discover maritime roads, expanding trade beyond the local economies into a network. While others were tied to local economies, the Phoenicians built a maritime network that redefined the world flow. They dominated the core of the economy because they understood structural shifts long before their competitors could react. The key was not that they worked harder than others, but that they read the direction wealth moved. In the 19th century, the American railroad industry completely transformed the flow of wealth and defined eras. Those who invested in railroads built immense fortunes, while those who remained tied to manual labor were left. J.P. Morgan saw railroads as the infrastructure that would permanently change the entire structural base of the nation. This perspective made them the center of a new financial empire. Money followed the tracks across the landscape. Rail length exploded in the late 19th century, shifting the axis of the economy and creating wealth centers. Money moved along the railroads. Those who read this flow early gained the wealth of a nation today. In our modern time, this flow has become faster and more complex through the emergence of the digital platform economy. The internet and platform economies have completely restructured traditional industrial models, creating new rules for how wealth is generated. Since the debut of the smartphone in 2007, the value of platform companies increased at speed. Today, the market capitalization of top technology firms reaches into the tens of trillions, representing the new wealth flow. Data and networks allow companies to grow at a pace traditional industries cannot match, creating a standard for success. Research shows platform-based firms grow on average twice as fast as traditional ones. This indicates the direction changed. This is not just a simple technological advancement. It is a fundamental shift in the direction where wealth accumulates. Let us summarize the method. Those who read the flow do not follow results. They look for causes first. They look at structures instead of just reacting to news. They watch fundamental changes rather than daily price fluctuations. Most importantly, they move based on probability and directional signals rather than waiting for absolute certainty, which arrives late. Moving first based on directional signals is the absolute key. They do not wait for the crowd to arrive. The ability to read wealth is not a rare talent. It is simply a fundamental difference in one's perspective. Now, consider the profound change in your own life. Move away from chasing money toward deep understanding of flow. By understanding the flow, your ability to spot and capture emerging opportunities will improve more than you can currently imagine. You will find yourself able to reduce unnecessary consumption and design your assets from a strategic, long-term structural perspective. The fear of uncertainty begins to fade. Instead, you find new opportunities hidden within the heart of social change. This is not just a simple economic change, it is a revolution in how you perceive and think about things. In summary, wealth is the inevitable result of correct direction, not just effort. Once you can read it, you're fine. Do not chase the money. Instead, stand firmly in front of the direction in which the money is already running. Then, wealth will naturally come your way and meet you. This is the ultimate secret of the wealthy and the wise. The depth of your thought ultimately determines the depth and quality of your life. Wealth is a reflection of depth. When we expand our knowledge, we expand our entire world. We begin to see structures where others only see noise. Humans naturally desire a life filled with meaning. Understanding the flow of the world is a vital part of finding meaning. We must distinguish between the fundamental truth of the structure and the falsehood of temporary, loud market noise. Insight brings greater change than simple experience ever can. One well-informed decision can change your entire future forever today. We often fear failure, but the ability to think deeply is our strongest competitiveness in overcoming that fear and moving. We all want freedom, but freedom requires an understanding of rules. The laws of wealth are simple rules of flow. By mastering these fundamental rules, we unlock a life of true prosperity, intellectual fulfillment, and lasting peace of mind. History shows that some thoughts develop and improve society, while others simply disappear. Follow thoughts that last. The great figures of history were different because they were able to see the flow long before the events occurred. Humans find themselves in stories. Make your financial journey a story of wisdom, insight, and deep understanding of worlds. The difference between mediocrity and great success is often just a 1% shift in your fundamental perspective of reality. That small difference is what flips your life from effort-based struggle to a path of direction-based growth and lasting wealth. He who masters time possesses everything, and time is mastered only by understanding the structural flow of the near future. Successful people wake up to the changes of the world long before the rest of the world has even noticed them. In this anxious era, knowledge is your only true anchor. It keeps you steady when global markets are most turbulent. When you see the structure, you do not panic. You see the path forward where others see only chaos and fear. The thoughts of those who become truly rich come from a place of deep, fundamental, and structural understanding of the world. When your thoughts align with the natural flow of the world, your reality begins to change and grow accordingly. It is never too late to start. The flow of the world is always moving and new opportunities form every day. Take the first step today by deciding to look at the causes instead of results. Decide to be a leader now. As an author and philosopher, I invite you to expand your thinking through the lens of humanities and our history. Please subscribe and like to continue this journey of expanding your soul, your insight, and your structural understanding. I am James Coe. For more deep insights, please email me at k903911198@gmail.com. Follow these hashtags: wealth flow, economic insight, investment strategy, capitalism, wealth building, and financial direction today in our world. Search for wealth flow, money direction, investment timing, structural change, rich mindset, and wealth growth. Thank you. May you prosper always.